Hello. We'll get started with the free yes and no's at 8,000 likes. If everybody could double tap the screen. Can you let me know the difference between a channel and real messages? So the channel messages are channel messages from your person, meaning what that person thinks about often when it comes to your energy. It could be little thoughts of, I like the shoes that you wear, stuff like that. You would know it's your person based off how the channel sounds. It usually sounds like them, and it usually sounds like something they would say. Messages from your person are card messages that I made, and I say the person's name. And whatever card flips out is what that person wants to tell you. Like, for an example, if I'm like, what does Brian want to tell so-and-so, I'll keep shuffling, saying that person's name. And the card that flips out is what their energy is towards you right now. So they're similar, but channel is deeper. Messages is more surface. I do yes and no's. We'll get started at 8,000 likes. Make sure you're double tapping the screen, following as well, if you want your question answered. Alright, let's get started. For Seda, is my neighbor down the street over me? Is Seda's neighbor down the street over her? Feels like this person is trying to hide themselves from you. They're not over you, but they're not sure where the connection is going to go right now. Lisette, will I be able to rent an apartment no more than $1,800? Will Lisette be able to rent an apartment that's no more than $1,800, please? It actually feels like there's a lot of options out there for you. You just have to be strategic and know where to look with the Queen of Swords. Like, definitely have to know where to look. Let's do Trench. Still want to be with me after our argument. Does Trench still want to be with Lex after their argument, please? He wants to feel like the prize in this connection. So right now he's triggered by you. He does want to be with you, but he wants you to feed his ego first. Make sure you're liking, following if you want your question answered. Chrissy, is Tony acting out because of regret towards me? Is Tony acting out because of regret towards Chrissy? Feels like this person is burdened by the amount of feelings that they have for you and how this connection makes them insecure. They're kind of wanting to detach from the situation, so yes. Gia, is John losing interest in us? Is John losing interest in him and Gia, please? He's coming off guarded and not sure where this connection is going to go, but he also doesn't want to let go of the memories, the bond. So, yeah, he is a little bit detached, but he's also trying to see where this connection is going to go while staying guarded. Noxie, will Keto and I have a relationship in the future? Will Noxie and Keto have a relationship in the future? You both are going to fall for each other is what I heard. So yes, a very stable relationship. Tashana, will Reggie and I get together today? Will Tashana and Reggie get together today? It's showing that this person is coming over. I don't know if like you're ovulating, but the cards are showing that as well. Khadija, is Deli okay? Haven't heard from him since yesterday. Is Deli okay? For Khadija, is Deli okay? Feels like this person's fine. They should reach out to you later today. King of Cups. He's been busy. Farah, does Danielle want to have a relationship with me again? Does Danielle want to have a relationship with Farah again? He still has feelings for you, but he doesn't know what this connection is going to grow into. So right now, he's just pausing, waiting for what happens. Edith, did Alex N mean it when he said he doesn't want kids with me in the future? Did Alex N mean it when he said he didn't want kids with Edith in the future? He said this out of projection and trying to take a jab at you. He knows that you're somebody who wants to be a mother, be motherly, and also to avoid responsibility. So unfortunately, it is showing a yes, but he did it to make you not expect anything from him first. Daraya, is Leah Brothers doing something inappropriate? I'm not going to really answer that. Pauline, will I receive RAND mutual insurance money? Will Pauline receive RAND mutual insurance money? Assurance money? Will Pauline receive RAND mutual assurance money? Feels like there's two different types of financial benefits coming towards you this year. Will Pauline receive RAND insurance? Will Pauline receive RAND, what does that say? RAND mutual assurance money. Well, the Ten of Pentacles is showing a yes, but there's like two sources of income that's coming towards you. Let's get to 20,000 likes. Stacy, did I hurt Jean last night? Did Stacy hurt Jean last night? It feels like right now he's being an avoidant because of how deeply whatever you said or did stung. So yes. Kofu, will Iomi and I be in a relationship get stronger when we reconcile? Will Iomi and I's relationship get stronger when we reconcile? Will Kofi and Iomi's relationship get stronger when they reconcile? It feels like it's saying that you allow your insecurities to get a lot into this connection with the lovers. Yet there is going to be a new beginning. And the relationship has the potential to get stronger, but don't allow your insecurities to get in between it. Ingrid, does Stan Peter have feelings for me and want us to start dating? Make sure you're following and double tapping the screen. Lexi, is Barry going to come back to me? Is Barry going to come back to Lexi? Yes, this person has been mentally overthinking about you, spiraling as well. Maddie, well, let's see. Person's not following. Kelbar, will Greg and I be in a relationship? Will Kelbar and Greg be in a relationship? You feel like this is your person? He's kind of sneaky and avoidant though. It will take some time before you guys get in a relationship, but it's showing a yes. Rennie, will Mike and I reconcile? Will Rennie and Mike reconcile? Yes. After you both walked away from each other, his feelings never left. Be right back, no problem. Sapphire, is my no-life neighbors jealous of me? Is Sapphire's no-life neighbors jealous of her? Yeah, they project a lot of negativity onto you, and they stalk you a lot. They feel like you're more stable. This could be a couple. Make sure we're double tapping the screen and following if you want your question answered. Cindy, will I reconnect with an ex soon? Will Cindy reconnect with an ex soon? No, actually, you're attracting a new lover, somebody more stable. Sandy, is Franny's feelings for me growing recently? Is Franny's feelings for Sandy growing recently? Let's get to 20,000 likes. Yes, but he's trying to hide from it. This person, you could see this person starting to get jealous. I'm only answering if you're following and double tapping the screen. Neo, does Emmanuel want to be with me? Does Emmanuel want to be with Neo? Yes, this person's trying to manifest you. He wants to have control over this situation first, though. He texted me today, like you said. That's good. Kevin, does my ex Kimberly look at my pictures even though she's in a relationship? Does Kimberly look at Kevin's pictures even though she's in a relationship? Feels like mentally replaying, still fantasizing about you, but I'm not seeing looking at pictures. Cecilia, will Sergio contact me again soon to talk about where we stand? Will Sergio contact Cecilia again soon to talk about where they stand? He's going to take his time, but it's showing me a yes. He's wanting to move on to an easier situation, but hasn't found a good replacement. Selma, will Joseph come back to me? Will Joseph come back to Selma, please? You guys could have ended off in a fight. Will Joseph come back to Selma? Right now, this person's stuck in their ego. They are watching it, but it feels like they're still holding their ground. So I gotta know. Jacqueline, make sure you're following Jacqueline. Blue, make sure you're following if you want your question answered. Elizabeth, is Alexander going to come back to me? Is Alexander going to come back to Elizabeth? Yeah, after a long period of silence, this person is going to reach out to you, wanting to know the status of you guys' relationship. Daisy, is Ramon upset with the news I told him? Is Ramon upset with the news Baby told him? There's something unexpected here. Yeah, they're overwhelmed by this. Almost drained. Brianna, are me and Mateus going to get in a relationship? Are Brianna and Mateus going to get into a relationship? Let's get to 20,000 likes so that everybody could double tap the screen for a few minutes. This person sees something long-term with you, but they also feel a lot of obstacles. So the timeline for you guys to get in a relationship is kind of delayed right now, but it is showing a yes. Will Victor and I be in a stable relationship following? Will Lou and Victor be in a stable relationship? With the devil, this person has selfish tendencies. The love is strong, but it's also very like permanent. It feels like you guys are going to be in a relationship, but at first there's like weird obstacles, toxic obstacles. All right, I'm gonna do a few more free yes and no's. I'm gonna get started with the people who sent. Tandika, is my baby daddy coming back into our life soon? Is Tandika's baby daddy coming back into their life soon? This person is trying to find internal peace that you gave them. That's why they haven't yet, but it feels like they are. He's still holding on to you energetically. All right, let's do 3 more for yes and let's get started. Make sure we're double tapping and following if you want your question answered. Frank, will Tammy reach out this week? Will Tammy reach out this week for Frank? Feels like this person's energetically holding on. They're waiting for you, stalking, but it doesn't show that they're reaching out this week. Najila, is Nestor coming back to me? Is Nestor coming back to Najila? Alright, I'm going to do one more after this. It feels like there's going to be a new love opportunity between you and this person after he walked away. Somebody walked away here. You could have found out something about this person that made you insecure recently. Alright, Alicia, is Dave done with me romantically? Is Dave done with Alicia romantically? He's wanting to move forward. He's kind of triggered by the situation. All these cards are like moving on, so it's showing a yes. Alright, now let's get started with the questions. Alright, the first person on the list is Denise for channel. And I already have the channel written out. Alright, for Denise and Michael, the first thing he said is destabilized. I feel controlled by your energy. It feels like Michael operates from a very dominant masculine energy where he wants to have the upper hand. He wants to feel like the person who he's with is bigger than him. You come off as a Queen of Pentacles, somebody stable, knows exactly where she's going, and mentally sharp. So when he's around you, he almost feels destabilized by you, almost controlled. Like you have the upper hand. You could decide where the connection is going to go and how it's going to end. And this happened through the way that you guys communicated and what he felt like was going to benefit you in the future. You came off very self-contained, which is good, but this person's energy was more insecure compared to yours. It says fear. I don't want to change my path for you. It also felt like he had a certain path, a certain vision of life that he wanted. You were somebody who dreamed big and he was somebody who dreamed practical. I'm hearing like you had different lifestyles, so he felt like he didn't want to change his lifestyle to go towards you. It says insecurities. You make me reflect in myself in ways that hurt, for sure. You make this person feel like he was not going to measure up eventually. So even though you felt like, oh my God, he chose somebody else over me and I probably wasn't enough, it was actually the opposite. He chose somebody easier over you because you were too enough. It says emotionally unavailable. I think of you, but I distract myself. So right now he's coming off emotionally unavailable. The person that he's with romantically, there's no real depth over there. Like it's just, we're in a relationship, but it's not too fulfilling. It's just a relationship. It says deep loving. I expected you to stay attached. This person expected you to wait for him. He expected you to continue reaching out to him. But it feels like you stopped doing that and he just thought maybe the connection ended and he needed to walk away from it. You weren't giving him the emotional collapse, the obsessive reaction that he was waiting from you. It says flying monkeys. I'm still energetically stalking you. Even though he has physically walked away from this connection, emotionally and mentally, he still replays you guys' bond. He still thinks about you romantically and still feels like there could have been a stable connection here. This is why he's the first person that's been called in whenever you're manifesting a new relationship or manifesting a deep connection, is because he's still energetically plugged into you, stalking you. It says detachment. I'm trying to move on from this, but the past keeps bringing me back. I feel like because the connection ended off on the wrong foot, it ended off unresolved. It's hard for you to detach fully. I feel like you're actually more detached than him right now. And it's hard for him to detach fully because you both didn't receive the closure or the healing energy that you expected. Maybe you guys both started off as friends or more harmonious. Make sure we're still double tapping the screen. And then it just ended off on the wrong foot, and it said luxury. This person's also seeing you building yourself, building your brand, becoming somebody who's stable financially, materially, almost coming off luxurious. I would say the Empress, he's definitely seeing the glow up, the outfit changes, and feels like you're going towards a path he can't follow you in. So a lot of insecurity was what blocked this connection. Okay, the next person is Stephanie and Anthony. The first thing he said is empty pain, empty heart, I'm in disbelief. It feels like right now something happened between you and this person. You did mention breaking up. That kind of has him in disbelief a little bit. That kind of has him feeling stuck, reflecting, not sure where to move on from at this point, and kind of just paused. Like, I'm stuck right now, energetically, mentally, physically, emotionally. Something happened that I did not expect. All right. The next thing he said is, I don't want my old habits back. Let's talk. It felt like before this person and you were in a relationship, maybe he had some toxic habits with this is like indulging in substances, indulging in toxic relationships, or indulging in like bad habits that just kept him stuck and in karmic cycles. And then eventually when you came into his life, he started feeling brand new, thinking differently, dressing differently, having a healthier and better mindset. So he's kind of freaking out right now and thinks that he should get back into your energy. He definitely notices how you improve his life. It says emotionally destabilized. I keep feeling anxious. So this person right now is feeling anxious because he notices the breakup could be permanent due to the things that you guys said and the ways that he reacted during you guys' last argument, conversation, things along those lines. So right now he's sitting in a lot of anxiety while pretending he's not butthurt and that he's fine with the situation ending. It says, my intuition's telling me to stay silent and avoid. Right now, he is trying to avoid this situation. He is trying to stay silent, to not look like the chaser, and to also not make any more impulsive decisions that's going to make him regret this connection further. He's waiting to see what's going to happen between the both of you and thinks silence is required. So you may see this person not reaching out to you as often. And not talking as seriously. Slow responses, things along those lines. It says video games. I didn't expect it to play out like this. The video games thing was showing me that this person is spiritual or has some type of spiritual way of thinking, whether he believes in like simulations or that life is a game, you need to learn how to play it, things along those lines. He thought he was strategic and knowing exactly where to move on from this connection, what life path you guys were going to take. He basically felt like he was in control of this connection, but the ways things are playing out and seeing your independence rising made him feel threatened. That's why he acted the way that he acted. But not just that, is starting to realize he's not in control of situations the way that he thought he was. It says emotional reactions. You don't want me as deeply. I feel like since you've gotten used to this person so much, you know exactly how you want him to make you react. I feel like that's the right way to say that. You know exactly what reaction he's expecting from you. And it kind of got old, so you decided to just keep your reactions to yourself. And that's one of the things that's triggering him the most right now. Why isn't she reacting to me the way that I want her to? Yeah, it's making him judge the situation deeper than it actually is. It says, let's reconnect for peace, stability, mutual love. Jealousy. Yeah, he's jealous that if you go towards somebody else romantically. I feel like this person planned their future around you a lot and still sees a deep romantic connection with you. So there should be a reconnection that happens between you guys, and it does feel like he initiates it, not through obsession or through feeling like trying to make it seem like you're the best thing that's ever happened to him, because I do feel like there's an ego here, but basically feeling like you're gonna miss him too and that you want to build a connection with him again too. Alright, the next channel is Kaylee. The first thing Kaden said is, why are you acting like you don't feel me anymore? So I do feel like you've energetically ghosted this person. Whether you realize it or not, your energy has been rising. You've been turning more into an empress slowly but surely. Your standards, your vision for your future, and who you're attracted to is kind of changing a little bit. This person is feeling it. That's why he's saying, why are you acting like you don't feel me anymore? He's not saying that physically. He's saying that energetically. You're not chasing him the way that you used to. It says, Loki got used to your energy on me, so this silence is blowing me. This person feels like you're more silent than usual. Maybe he's seen you walk past him, drive past him, like you said, often, and you haven't reached out this time. So he's like, oh, has she given up? He loves the chase. He loves feeling like the prize. He loves feeling like the one who's unforgettable. So you kind of feed into that, which feeds his ego and makes him feel like he doesn't have to do any emotional work to actually step up. He also likes to think about negative endings that stop him from actually stepping up. It says, I lied. I'm not good about you. This person could have talked to a friend, relatives, or somebody who they trust about the connection with you and told this person that they are going to romantically move on, or they're going to have a better start elsewhere, or they're not fully ready for a deep committed relationship. But he lied to this person because he's still obsessively thinking about you in his head, just hasn't been doing any physical actions about it. This is his own fear and ego. I'm definitely not going to chase, and I'm definitely not going to be the one to show my hand first. So this is why you're feeling this person seeming detached, but he's not really. It says, I'm not ready for what you make me feel. I do feel like because of you and this person's age difference and also personality difference, and that you're energetically more of an empress than he is an emperor, he's not ready for what you make him feel. To him, it kind of feels scary. It feels like I need to step up emotionally. I need to start showing my emotions instead of suppressing them and pushing them away. And I need to start making practical decisions to make this woman stay in my life. You're definitely his wish fulfillment. He views you as his desire, the person who he sees himself being in a relationship with. It does feel like this person is coming towards you, even though he's moving a little bit slow. It says, I keep replaying our last conversation in my head. He replays a lot of you guys' conversations in his head, even if it's just a small high. It feels like he overanalyzes himself in front of you. This is why you'll notice the woman that he entertains or goes towards, they're usually not either on your level or they're like lower, because that's what makes him feel comfortable. That's where I could feel the most confident, because she's not threatening to me. It says, I stalk your social medias more than I should. Whether you believe it or not, this person does stalk your social media. I keep seeing a guy sitting on a couch, seeing if you posted something, and then notices it's the same status and then just clicks off of it quickly. He just wants to see what you're doing. Because he also thinks about you often, it makes him rush towards your social media to see what the update is, or is there a reason he's thinking of you. It says, I'm not done with you, even if you think I am. This is his higher self also telling you. He does plan on coming towards you. He doesn't know how. He just knows he does. It's kind of like, I feel like this person is going to be there later. When I feel more stable, maybe I could just come towards them. That's how he's thinking. This is why you still feel him energetically holding on to you. But as of right now, he seems detached and focused on himself. It says restaurant, I try to avoid it. This could be a restaurant that you work at, a restaurant that the both of you work at, or a restaurant that he used to go to often, and whatever embarrassing or traumatizing situation happened to him in this situation makes him avoid this place, and you have something to do with it. All right, the next person is Liana. For Liana. Oh, that was so... My voice was so weird. Okay. For Liana. Should I transfer and do BHU tech department or continue with my patient transfer job at the hospital? Should Liana transfer and do BHU tech department or continue with her patient transfer job at the hospital? For Liana, please. Should she transfer to BHU tech department? Should Liana transfer to BHU tech department? Or continue with her patient transfer job at the hospital? Okay, let's see. It feels like it is showing a yes, but this comes with learning again. I don't know if this tech department requires you to go to school or learn everything from the ground up. It is something that's going to make you mentally spiral. You do have a lot to learn at first before this place becomes successful for you. It is telling you to stay, yes, learn everything again. Yeah, the cards are just straight up saying that. Oh my god, this stopped. Give me a second. I'm just waiting for it to open again so I can record. Yeah, so it is saying for the tech department, please. It's something that's going to make you relearn everything, not really feel stable at first, but eventually you do become successful at it. It's telling you to stay at the place that you're at right now because this place is going to allow you to have two different sources of income. The Lovers is showing up here. You feel unsatisfied right now with this place because you're feeling like this is taking a toll on my relationship. This is taking a toll on my finances. I don't really feel super confident and I want to rush everything. You're trying to rush everything. That's why you're wanting to go to that other location. But it's saying this one is better for you. The place that you're at right now. It is something that's going to help you long-term wise, but it comes with ego deaths and a little bit of disappointment at first. You're going to eventually leave that place, but it's saying to stay right now. Yeah, eventually you are going to switch, but right now it's telling you to stay. The Tower, if you decide to leave, it's going to shake up too much. You're going to have to relearn everything. It feels like coworkers and department head managers, things along those lines, or what's really like making you not want to stay at this location or this place. Yeah, because they're like sucking your energy dry. I already told you that you're somebody who is meant for, you know, success, but that comes from your creativity and, you know, that comes from your emotions. So yes, you get drained and pissed off at this place because they're literally just using your energy for no reason. It feels like the best thing you need to start doing is figuring out how to become stable by yourself. All right, for Vera and Nick, messages from your person. You're welcome. Alright, Vera and Nick, no contact for a while. What does Nick think or want to tell Vera right now? The first thing he said is causing lots of havoc. He feels like going towards the situation right now would just cause him a lot of mental stress and havoc in his life. So he's trying to make it seem like you're the problem and he should stay away, but that's not the truth. It says you have your guards up. He's kind of shocked by your silence and your non-chasing energy. Like you're not coming towards him romantically. Before you would chase, you would over-explain or try to fix the situation quickly, but he notices you're not doing that. He feels kind of caught, exposed. Like maybe I shouldn't have reacted that way because this time it didn't work out in my favor. What does Nick think or want to tell Vera right now? For Nick and Vera, what does Nick think or want to tell Vera? It says you're my favorite person always. He's trying to replace you. I keep seeing a man calling somebody on the phone calls, you know, trying to flirt with other people. He's like desperate to like have another person to sneaky link with or have a fun time with, but he's unable to replace you. You're still the number one. It feels like as there's been a lot of silence and distance, he's also been romanticizing you guys' past interactions. I want to check on you. He desperately wants to reach out to you, say, hey, how are you doing? You know, restart the bond, make you start chasing him again. But he doesn't want to look desperate. Like, he's kind of egotistical like that. Soul binding, you guys still have a soul tie. You feel him, he feels you. That's why you could feel, like, draining at some point or confusion. It's because you're feeling his energy pulling on yours. What else? What does Nick think or want to tell Vera right now for Nick and Vera? Yeah, it says you have your guards up. That came out twice. He knows that you're not the same person. Now you're kind of like watching him in a suspicious way, not fully trusting the connection with him, feeling like he's someone that's going to hurt or expose you. I wish I could turn back time. He really, really regrets you guys' last interaction. Even though it wasn't too dramatic, he hates the way that he dismissed you and hates the way that he talked down on you. It's just like he's rereading text, rereading how you used to react versus you're silent right now. It's kind of mind-boggling for him. It says, trust me, I'll come back. So he is going to come back, not in the time frame that you expect, but he's going to reach out to you out of the blue after realizing he can't really replace you. I do see another person, but that person's not really going to satisfy him the way that you were there all the time emotionally. You're all I think about. He's replaying you guys' last conversations and kind of confused by your silence and detachment right now. What else? What does Nick think or want to tell Vera for Nick and Vera? It says you're my deepest desire. He still finds you very physically attractive. He still finds you fun to, I don't know why I heard fun to play with. So fun to play with. And he still views you as emotional safety. Somebody who feeds his ego and that he could come back to whenever he wants to. That's one of the things that's mind-boggling to him right now. He doesn't feel like he could come back to you whenever he wants to. You have your guards up. It says, I love you. He's also starting to notice that he does have love for you. And that his feelings for you were growing, even though he was in denial about it. It says, you mean so much to me. So you mean a lot to this person. He thinks about you often. And you played a really specific role in his life that he's unable to replace right now. It says, start thinking positively. You always think people are against you. That's what the cards are showing. You always think bad things are going to come towards you. Traumatized. That's why so much trauma has came towards you. You need to fix it by thinking positively. Thinking positively about yourself and your life. What else? You feel like your life is a movie sometimes due to the chaos. What does Nick think I want to tell Vera, please? For Nick and Vera. It says, make me a priority. He feels like you put him all the way down on your priority list. Like he's not that guy to you anymore. Every day with you is beautiful. He's starting to notice how amazing the interaction was like between the both of you and how balanced it was for him. Like he definitely had the upper hand for a while, but now he doesn't. I'm a great catch, and you know he's trying to save his ego, but you staying silent and not reaching out to him is kind of just showing that. It says possessive. I don't want to lose you. So the reason why he's gonna reach out to you is because he doesn't want to lose you to somebody else and doesn't want you to fully move on. It says, I'm waiting for you to text me, and we will be in a relationship in a few months. So it is going to take a while for this person to reach out to you, but he is waiting for you to text him first. Yeah, you're the love of my life. Because he can't replace you, he keeps thinking, maybe I missed out on somebody that was very, very significant. The next person is Kaylee. All right, let's get started for a channel from Caden to Kaylee. I keep hearing gambling, so instead of money, this person's kind of like viewing their emotions as the money and being stingy with giving it to people, not just you, but we did mention his friend as well. It says for some reason, I keep feeling this urge to come towards you. So I do feel like, you know, your manifestations, your affirmations, your intentions towards him right now are working. It is pulling this person forward. It is making him come towards you. But the only reason why the timeline is slow right now is because he carries a lot of emotional baggage and also a lot of fear. So it's working, but it changes him first by making him think about you a lot and feeling like he's gonna miss out on this opportunity if he doesn't move forward with other people. If you were doing this, people who didn't have emotional baggage, they would come towards you quickly. But because this person carries so much, those need to be removed first, and that's what your affirmation, your manifestations are doing right now. It says you rejected me before, so I'm scared to get too close. Obviously you know what that situation is, but he feels like you rejected him before and he doesn't want to replay that rejection back again. That's why he holds back when it comes to this connection, even though he desires you. I know you have feelings for me right now, and I heard about your disappointment. So I do believe you mentioned something about the Landon person saying, yeah, he disappointed me too. Landon is somebody who cannot keep his mouth shut, is what it's showing. So I do feel like he slightly mentioned your disappointment or your confusion towards Caden, which lets him know that you do have deeper feelings for him. You're everything I want, and you make me think of my long-term future. You are this person's wish fulfillment, what they desire, what they see themselves committing to in the future. But because he resists growth and because he convinces himself surface level connections are safer right now, it makes him leave you in the back of his head and feel like you're going to be there later. I don't know if I should come towards you or wait to see what happens, so I just wait. He feels like you guys definitely have a connection. Maybe it could play out in the future. He doesn't know if he should actually come towards you and build something, or if he should wait to see if like life brings you guys back together. I do feel like there's an excuse for him to just stay avoidant and kind of coast, run away from his real feelings. It says, I feel like I messed up, cringe. This person feels like he's cringed you out before. He overanalyzes himself too much in your presence. That's one of the reasons why I also said emotional baggage. He thinks he's going to get rejected or the situation is not going to work out. I want to talk to you, but I stay silent and hope it goes away. He always has impulsive urges. Every time that you cry out or you yearn for this person, you long for them to come towards you, it actually does work energetically. He does have the urge to reach out to you. That's why he stalks your social media and then bounces off when he doesn't see updates. But instead of actually reaching out to you, he just kind of like stays there, and it's like, wow, I'm actually thinking about her a lot, and then waits for the feelings to go away. That's why you're so disappointed by not seeing any 3D reactions, because he's literally trying to stunt his own growth, and you're here to make him grow. This is why you guys said you guys are intertwined through lessons and also realizing stuff about yourselves. It says, mentally spiraling, why do I want you, but I'm scared of you at the same time? He's scared of what the outcome of being with you would be like, but he desires you deeply. It says, watching you walk sneakers. I was seeing white sneakers with an anklet. Maybe you wear like a gold anklet and white sneakers, but this person was watching you. You could have worn shorts during the summer. I was watching that as well. It says, I'm going to talk to you, building confidence. So it feels like the end outcome is this person eventually building confidence and coming to talk to you. It doesn't feel like too romantic, but it does feel like engaging in deeper conversation with you. It says this has two ways. Either it works out or it hurts. Gambling. This is what he keeps thinking about. I told you he gambles his emotions. If I invest in her, it could actually work long term because I know she likes me, but at the same time, what if she sees my insecurities? I'm not really sure what's going to happen, and then I get hurt and I won't trust anybody again and my life will be over. That's literally how he thinks. So yeah, he's in indecisive mode right now. All right, the next person is Khadija in Delhi. Yeah. She did tell me her first sheet was malfunctioned, so it's the second one. Together, but haven't seen each other for a month now. What's Deli's current energy currently? Haven't spoken since yesterday. What is Deli's current energy towards Khadijah currently? Deli's current energy towards Khadijah, please. Yeah, it feels like you guys are still together, but like you said, the relationship isn't as firm. You've been gaining more insecurities. Feels like you are somebody that's locked in, somebody who always brags about the both of you being together long term, and somebody who is always emotionally invested into him. So what this allows him to do is focus more on his finances and building his future and reaching out to you whenever he wants to. It does feel like he is okay. Like, I do feel like this person goes through a lot of things in his life because of the way that he thinks. But overall, he's fine. He's still emotionally invested into you, the son. He seems completely fine. But it just feels like you haven't been the main priority in his life right now. I don't know if he's going through financial debt or something along those lines, but money has been his biggest thing. Okay, now I have a girlfriend. I'm trying to help my family become more stable. I'm trying to become that man that I envision myself being, and I don't want any type of distractions. This is why you see him not really coming towards you romantically or seeming very, very distant. Nine of Pentacles is showing up here. A grandfather is significant for this person. I don't know if he's mourning a grandfather or there's a grandfather here, but that's showing up. What is Deli's current energy towards Khadijah? Yeah, you're super, super confused. He plans on reaching out to you, but he feels like he could reach out to you whenever he wants to. The Emperor. He feels like you're locked in, like you view him as your long-term person. Therefore, you're going to stay patient. You're one of the reasons why this person is so heavy into self-improvement. It had to do with a pregnancy. I don't know if you're pregnant right now or there was like a pregnancy in the past, but that made him realize how unstable he was financially and mentally, and that's one of the reasons why he's working on himself right now. Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, he knows that you're kind of butthurt and feel left out in the cold by his distance, but you're staying silent about it. All right, for Viv and Louise. No, it's actually Andrea. What's her number? Alright, let's get started for Andrea and Brian. Friends of benefits. Does Brian know that I'm working with the horses right now next to his business? Does Brian know that Andrea is working with the horses right now next to his business? As of right now, he's not, he doesn't know about this situation. It feels like this person hasn't walked away from you. You just feel like he has. But he definitely did not plan on fully committing due to him feeling like you guys' love was going to be forbidden. The Star, he is going to see you soon. It could happen within the next 2 weeks is what it's showing me here. He's somebody who acts cowardly, though. Doesn't move towards you the way that you want, but has really strong feelings for you. The Hierophant, you and this person have a soul tie. a karmic soul tie with one another. You're meant to learn a huge lesson about each other before this connection could actually stabilize into something deep. He needs to learn how to stop running away from his emotions and take responsibility instead of acting like nothing happened. Maybe in the past this person could have told you, I don't know what you're talking about, to something that you know he knows what he's talking about too. Yeah, and your lesson in this connection right now is to stop hiding your feelings and mentally spiraling over this connection, basically pausing your own life for him. But right now he's not aware. He is going to be within the next 2 weeks. Is he going to try to contact me soon? Is Brian going to try and contact Andrea soon? Is Brian going to try and contact Andrea soon? He's been fighting for his life, I'm hearing. People are trying to use him financially. Somebody wants to be in a relationship with him that he doesn't want to be in a relationship with. He's trying to allow time and distance to create space from a lot of people. The lovers, it feels like he keeps thinking about you, keeps replaying things about you, but also not moving towards you right now. Missing the bond. He wants to see you. So yes, this person is going to reach out to you, just not in the time frame that you want. 3 weeks is significant. You are feeling him pulling on your energy a lot. So whenever you're like thinking about somebody touching your body, that's him thinking about you is what is showing me here. He's burdened right now. He feels like a lot of like cycles are closing out on him. People are coming towards him. He wants to move. He wants to go towards a safer location. There's a Queen of Wands that keeps showing up here who wants him for money. So maybe he's financially stable and this person wants to, I don't know why I hear carry children, be with him romantically, deeply, things along those lines. Yeah, you guys' connection is paused right now, but it's not dead. It does feel like communication is coming from him. The next person is Viv and Louise. situationship. What does Louise think or want to tell Viv right now? What does Louise think and want to tell Viv right now? It says, I can't get you out of my mind. I keep hearing that one song. I need to look at the song first. It says thinking about you. Okay. So the song is kind of old, but it's by Eric Belger, Drive By. This is how this person is feeling about you right now. The next thing he said is stay patient with me. It feels like he's somebody who sees a potential connection with you, a relationship with you, but he wants you to stay patient. I want you. This person wants you romantically, thinks of you romantically, fantasizes about you romantically. What does Louise think or want to tell Viv right now? Yeah, I don't play about you. It feels like this person is starting to gain deeper, serious feelings for you. What does Louise think or want to tell Viv right now? What else does Louise think or want to tell Viv right now? For Louise and Viv, it says, I want to win you over. He's been studying you, mentally clocking a lot of the things that you like, things that you get triggered by, saying things to test your reactions because he wants to win you over. He wants you to be attached to him. I never found anyone like you. He likes how intellectual and how real you are as a person. He feels like it's something that matches him and something he could see himself being around long term. I want peace with you. He wants peace, harmony, a deeper connection with you. We're on the same level. Yeah, he feels like you're one of his people or one of the people who are meant to be in his life, and thinking like that makes him gain deeper feelings for you. It says you're so successful. He notices that you're somebody who speaks light into yourself, light into your life. He feels like you're somebody who's meant to gain a lot of success, whether it's just like fame or even like owning your own business or things along those lines. Whatever success means to you. I'm coming for you. He hates whenever he feels like you're taking your attention away from him and giving it to somebody else, or romantically interested in somebody else. Yeah, losing interest. He feels like sometimes you're not as interested in him. It says I'm obsessed with you. He's obsessed with studying you and figuring out how to make this connection deeper. He wants you to be like really obsessed and attached with him and to fantasize a deeper romantic connection with him. It's this perfect duo. He could see the both of you actually building something. There's something that feels like we're on the same level. You're different like me. I want you to myself. It says, why do I want you so bad and possessive? So all these cards are showing that this person has a weird obsession with you. What else? What does Lucas think or want to tell Viv, please? What does Lucas think or want to tell Viv? Yeah, it says date night. He wants to date you. Maybe this person asks you out on a date. It says I stalk you. He stalks your social media to see who you're following. He also stalks you mentally, trying to see if your words or your mindset has changed towards your future and towards him. You make me want to be vulnerable. You open his softer side, which is kind of like obsessive to him. I'll see you soon. So maybe you and this person plan to get together, plan to see each other, plan to do things together. It says you're a mess, but you're my mess. What he means is not like you're an actual mess. Is that you're real. You don't pretend or you don't try to perfect yourself for him. You just show up authentically, and that's what this person likes about you. Yeah, it says you see through me. He also knows that he's not someone who could fool you. I want to date you. He could see himself being in a deep, committed, romantic relationship with you. I adore everything about you. He feels like from head to toe, you're somebody who's just real. Somebody who is what he desires. I want you around. and I feel like you like me. He knows that you also have some type of deep interest in him. I'll ask you out soon. You should expect this person to ask you out on a date, ask you to be his girlfriend, or ask you for some type of, I don't know, like romantic relationship. I don't know if I'm hooked. I don't know if I'm in love, but you got me hooked. This person feels like he's hooked on you, hooked on your soul, hooked on your vibe. It says, I don't feel happy without you. He also notices the way that you make him feel. That's why he's addicted. Like, it's a new type of energy. She matches my level. She's different like me. And she actually makes me want to be vulnerable. I want to open up to you. And the last thing he said is, yeah, you made this person come out from being emotionally unavailable to knowing that he has emotions and could fall for someone. You bring balance into my life. The only thing you should like stay wary of is this person doesn't want you to outgrow them or do better than them. All right, the next person is Peyton and Juan. Separation. I don't know if she sent for messages or... I'm gonna wait for her to respond because I don't know which one she wanted. So did you want detailed questions or... So your question was, will I hear from him soon or should I be moving on? Or messages from your person? Thank you everyone who sent for the likes. Okay, I'm just gonna go in depth in your question then. For Peyton, will I hear from him soon or should I be moving on? Separation. Should Peyton be moving on or will she hear from Juan soon? For Peyton and Juan, will Peyton hear from Juan soon? Juan is definitely being sneaky with a lot of the things that he was unsatisfied with in this connection. That's why it seems so easy for him to stay silent. He is burdened by the breakup because he always expected you to be in his life some way, somehow. He doesn't feel as satisfied. And it feels like the heartbreak is hitting him a lot harder at night and as time goes on. I do see him stalking you. He wants a new beginning with you. But he doesn't want to force it, rush it, or come towards it too quickly. He wants some time to... He wants some space between you guys before a new relationship comes about, restarts. It's telling you not to obsessively wait on this situation or pause your life for it. Just keep it in the back of your mind, but continue living your life. So it's a mixture of both. You will hear from this person soon because he's going to be missing you, feeling like life isn't easier, happier, or better without you. But it also feels like whenever you're in this very magnetic energy, focused on your own life, living in your own body instead of focusing everything on Juan, because it felt like he was the main character in this relationship. You're kind of like in the background, your needs weren't fully met, you weren't fully 100% satisfied. But now that there's separation, this allows you space to know what you like, what you don't like, and what the connection would be like if you guys did get back together. Yeah, King of Swords. He's holding back right now, guarded, but it does feel like his heartbreak hits him as time goes on. 3 weeks is significant. It feels like the both of you could get back together in 3 weeks or have a conversation in 3 weeks about something. 10 of Cups. He still views you as his long-term potential relationship. I don't know if you and this person talk about marriage or talk about deep long-term commitment, but there's something rushed about the marriage thing. I don't know if you guys need to get married quickly for something. At 3 of Cups in reverse, he's not going to be able to replace your energy and feels like what he had was really solid. That's what's going to make this person reach out to you. So yes, he is. But it also feels like the separation was needed because you weren't living in your own life or in your own body. Everything was about Juan. His finances, his trips. The communication was kind of dying off. His confidence was being affected because he felt like he couldn't show up right in this connection. And financially, he feels like he needs to work harder. So yes, the separation was needed for you to step back into your real self. All right, the next person is LaPhaedra. For a detailed question, ready for dating. What timeline am I currently aligned with for love, stability in the next chapter of my life? What timeline is LaPhaedra currently aligned with for love, stability in the next chapter of her life? For LaPhaedra, please. It feels like you're stepping out of survival mode and overthinking. So the new timeline that you stepped into is no longer being attached to trauma bonds, no longer being afraid of going towards the emotional stability that you want, and actually finally feeling your own emotions instead of fighting them. It does feel like you are attracting a long-term commitment here. You need to be very intentional and specific about the type of relationship that you want, though. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. You've also been stepping into more creative power, creative freedom ever since you've unlocked your emotional stability within yourself. It feels like what you're thinking about right now is not to jump into a commitment that moves too fast, but to actually get to know somebody romantically and build a connection with them slowly but surely. Yeah, the world is showing up here. It feels like you've ended a chapter internally. Survival mode is what you slowly stepped out of, not fully. because you're still in that cycle a little bit of feeling like you have to fight to get something, feeling like you have to brace yourself, feeling like you have to have trust issues, but it's like so much more muted. You've stepped more into a better timeline. The more that you, I guess, I don't want to say heal because there's nothing wrong with you, but the more that you get to know yourself, build the self-love, the self-confidence within yourself, the more that you attract an emperor. Yeah. It starts with being real with yourself instead of fighting your emotions and being defensive. So yes, you're right now in the timeline of walking away from survival mode, survival things that keep you stagnant and scared, and coming towards a lot of abundance, alignment, and self-directed energy. Like you're the one manifesting what you want instead of waiting. Okay, the next person is Elizabeth and Alexander. Okay. Is Alexander in a love or friendship relationship with a female officer for his benefit? And is she manipulating him to do whatever she says? Is Alexander in a love or a friendship connection with this officer? And is she manipulating him to do whatever she says for Alexander and Elizabeth? This officer. It feels like he tries to be on his best behavior with this officer. He's attracted to this person, but it feels more friendship based for sure. He tries not to get in fights. At first, him and this person did not get along, but he notices that the more that he complies, the easier her job is. And the more that he notices, the more that he complies, the easier his life is in prison. Yeah, he feels like this is going to help him get out faster, maybe relocate to a location faster, and stay out of trouble. King of Pentacles. This helps him feel grounded and feel successful in prison. So yes, there seems to be more of like a friendly, flirty, oh, I hate when it does this. All right. As I was saying, there seems to be a very friendly, flirty type of connection the both of them has. He's doing this specifically to stay in charge and to know that somebody has his back, that he's going to stay safe. I don't really feel manipulation. I just feel when I promise him something, he seems to comply better. That makes my job easier rather than I'm going to manipulate him to do this because I'm in power. So I guess it's a mixture of both because she is making him act better to make her life easier. Alright, married, no contact, he's in prison. What does Alexander think or want to tell Elizabeth right now? What does Alexander think or want to tell Elizabeth? It says protecting your energy from me. Right now, this person feels like you don't want to hear from him. You don't want to be in his energy. You just kind of want to protect your energy and live your own life. Even though you are wanting his attention, that's what he's feeling like. This person is thinking about you doing stuff behind his back. Maybe romantically involved with others or thinking about spicy time with others. It says, I'm just so done. He's frustrated with you not coming towards him, you not feeding his ego, and you not like showing him that he's the prize in this connection. It says someone is trying to come in between us. This could be other people's opinions in his head, other people's judgments in his head. I also do feel like this is his own negative thinking getting in his head. It says you don't think of me. He notices the way that you seem to be detached and the way that you don't seem to be bothered by him. Makes him feel like you don't think of him or he didn't have as much of a control that he thought he did. It says I'm coming back. Trust, I'm coming back, I'm here. So this person is going to come back into your life. He is going to start communicating with you again after noticing the game that he was trying to play with you did not really work out in his favor. I love your energy. He's also notices that you're somebody who stabilizes him, brings more peace into his life than chaos, and wants your energy again, wants you to talk to him, nurture him, makes him feel good about himself. You're my true love. He knows that you're somebody who's stable for him, somebody who he has deep, real love for. I kind of brag about you. This could be talking about you to people that he's around, things along those lines. Nobody does it like you. I do feel like this person has communicated, engaged with, or interacted with third parties in the past, but notice you're the only one who makes him feel satisfied. I fantasize about you romantically, deeply, the negative and the positive. This person still fantasizes about you. I'm not good at showing it. He's not good at showing remorse and regret. It's something that destroys his ego, makes him feel like he's losing power. It says you're interesting. He feels like you've become a new version of yourself that he's kind of intimidated to come towards. Yeah. I need focus, Beauty and the Beast. What does Alexander think or want to tell Elizabeth right now? For Elizabeth and Alexander, please. It says, I know I broke your trust and I'll do anything to regain it. That's where he's stuck. This person's not used to taking accountability or knowing that he messed up and taking accountability. It says you're unpredictable. Right now, he feels like you're not acting the way that he knows you were going to act. So it's like everything is messed up. His plan messed up due to you not acting the way that he predicted you were going to. Don't make me chase. He doesn't want to chase you because he feels like it's going to destroy his ego and make him feel more rejected. Like his whole life is because he felt rejected and now he's making everybody else feel rejected. That's why he acts the way that he does and does things the way that he does. It says, high value woman, I want to connect. It feels like during you guys' separation and no contact, this person is viewing you as more of a high value woman. Somebody who actually brought a lot of blessings into his life. I wish we were close again and outsmarting you. Yeah, his plan didn't work. He thought maybe ghosting you, leaving you out in the cold was going to make you chase him, but instead you're silent. It says, I don't know how to show my love. He's been missing you, daydreaming about you, fantasizing about you, but he doesn't know how to show it. He doesn't know how to take accountability. I love the idea of you, still fantasizing about you. And the last thing he said is you're overthinking the situation. It's telling you not to overindulge in the situation or overthink about it. I see somebody like stressed to the point where they're like head is sweating a little bit. It feels like right now you're in power and more in control of the situation. The next person is Liana for a detailed question. Will I get my car fixed this upcoming week? It was delayed yesterday to where I couldn't. Is Liana going to be fixing her car this upcoming week for Liana, please? I don't know if somebody toxic around you said they were going to help fix your car. Fixing your car is expensive. It feels like you're going to be getting your car fixed within these next 2 weeks. Definitely before February. The place that you go to could have motors in their name or something about motors. Judgment is showing up here. Yeah, your car could be old and have a lot of problems because it does show that here. Yeah, it's going to happen within these next 2 weeks. Definitely before February. Will Liana be getting her car fixed this week? Yeah. I don't know if your car is white. Your car is going to be fixed. But it does show that your car also has a lot of different problems that reoccur again. So it could be older. Something along those lines. King of Pentacles. Somebody could have suggested helping you with your car, but then they flaked. Hierophant. Yeah, something motors, or this person does motors. Keeps showing up here. Alright, the next person is Diana. Diana and Archie, friends. For Diana and Archie, please. What does Archie think or want to tell Diana? For Diana and Archie. What does Archie think or want to tell Diana right now? Oh, that's a lot of cards. What does Archie think or want to tell Diana right now? It says last night was great. So it feels like this person fantasizes about you, still thinks about you romantically. I heard touches themselves to you. What does Archie think or want to tell Diana right now? It says, I don't want drama. He feels like he created drama with you. He made you feel uncomfortable. He made you feel like, you know, you're being forced to get into an uncomfortable situation. So he's trying to back off. Romeo and Juliet, he's still fantasizing about you guys' potential romantic connection or where the connection could lead to. But he tries not to feed onto it too much now. I'm trying to figure this out. He's trying to figure out why he had such deep feelings for you and so many quote-unquote angelic messages when it was not going to work out in the end. I'm worried. He's worried about what's going to happen between the both of you, what his future looks like now, but he's also also trying to dismiss and downplay the bond or your effect on him. I am yours, do not give me back to me. He feels like you rejected him, gave him back to himself, made him have to work on himself instead of offloading it onto you. It says Unrequited Love. So you know that one song, Unrequited Love by, isn't it Frank Ocean or somebody like that? You can just look up Unrequited Love. That's how this person is feeling right now. Like, I have deep feelings for somebody who would never have or want deep feelings for me or actually build a connection with me. Our connection is strong. He feels like it's really hard to move on from this, but he's forcing himself. I wished I loved you better. He thinks the way that he worded things or the way that he came off sometimes cringed you out. He thinks that's what caused you to separate yourself from him. I know I pushed you away. He thinks that he showed you parts of himself that you weren't really like happy about. Is this texting you casually? This person wants to talk to you, reach out to you. He is going to text you casually, wanting to come off friendly, but not too romantic. It says, I know it's not over between us. Deep down, he feels like the future has something set in stone, whether it's not romantic or not. He thinks everything will make sense later on. So he's not wanting to indulge in the negativity right now or the internal chaos that he's facing right now. What does Archie think or want to tell Deanna, please? What else does Archie think or want to tell Deanna? It says, I like talking to you. He still really likes talking to you, but now he's getting jealous because he could either see you talking with other people or feel like you've been having deeper conversation with other people. My heart feels safest with you. He feels like you're one of the people that he feels safe with, deep love with, trust with. I need space. You could see this person ghosting you, not reaching out to you as often, or seeming detached because he thinks he needs space. New opportunities. He's also wanting to level up, focus on himself instead of fantasizing about you too much. I'm not ready for commitment. He's convincing himself that it was good that you kind of distanced yourself from him or told him that you aren't going to be committed with him because you're committed elsewhere. He's trying to convince himself he wouldn't even want that anyways. I don't want you to be happy without me. He's obsessed with your happiness being towards him instead of somebody else. He gets jealous, thinking that it's towards someone else. Bold behavior. He feels like he should have acted sooner instead of waiting for the time to pass by. I'm going to open up to you. He's not going to let this situation go and how he feels goes. He's definitely going to open up to you about how he's feeling and the way that he thinks that he made you uncomfortable. I feel your energy everywhere. Yeah, this person has been feeling your energy. He feels like he's still energetically attached to you. I feel safe with you, yeah. Your level of safety, that I feel so seen by her. He hasn't been able to find it elsewhere, and that's what freaks him out. I can't imagine life without you. You're almost like an emotional regulator for this person. Maybe you feel like they're drained and detached from your own emotional body when you were more deeply connected to him. But he feels like things don't feel right. I feel jealous if you move on. He knows that you're in this new chapter of wanting to, you know, have fresh starts, maybe like relocating, building something new, or connecting with people on a different level. And he feels jealous about that. Every touch leaves me breathless. This person wants to hug you, touch you still. It says, I don't know what future I want. That's where he is confused about now. Ever since you started distancing yourself, he's confused on what future he wants. It says, dog, you threw me out. He feels like you ghosted him, left him out in the cold, and don't want nothing to do with him. Alright, the next person is Deanna and Terry. Lately, Terry has been popping up in my thoughts. Has he been secretly thinking of me? If so, what thoughts has he had? Acquaintance. Has Terry been secretly thinking of Deanna? If so, what thoughts has he been having? Has Terry been secretly thinking of Deanna? If so, what thoughts has he been having? He really wants to know what your life is now without him. He notices his absence hasn't affected you deeply. It does feel like this person has been thinking about you, but also it's your own subconscious mind making up scenarios in your head about what he could be doing, what his marriage or relationship look like, or even if he feels unaffected by you. So I do feel like he thinks of you, but this is your own subconscious mind trying to figure out why the connection ended. It's been like a weird loop. Like we started off this way, but it ended off almost like unfinished and confusing. So your mind is trying to shut down or give you a conclusion, but it hasn't worked. Yeah. The Ace of Cups, you feel like the situation turned into a no love situation, a toxic situation. It's just one of those things where you did not expect the quote unquote ending or did not expect the loop to end that way. Yeah, I do feel like this person thinks about you often, but he's also wanting to move forward. It's not just about what he's been thinking about you. He thinks about if you're happy without him, if you're like happy in the committed relationship you're in, and Queen of Wands, that you're somebody he does not want to be associated with as deeply anymore because he's gonna get hurt by her fault. So yeah, it feels like your own subconscious mind is trying to figure out why the situation went that way, ended that way, or moved that way. All right. Messages from Terry to Deanna. What does Terry think or want to tell Deanna right now? What does Terry think or want to tell Deanna right now? Yeah, feelings are mutual. He's just as confused as you are about this connection and wonders if you think of him too. It says, let's talk on the phone. This person wished that the both of you had deeper connection, deeper union, you know, a stable connection, but it ended off weird. Avoiding attachment styles. He's trying to suppress his feelings and knock this connection down. What else? What does Harry think or want to tell Deanna? He just feels like he can't have you, and that pisses him off. It says, you inspire me to grow. You definitely came as a lesson in this person's life as well, forcing them to see areas where they weren't respecting themselves and needed to grow into a more stable person. I feel so comfortable with you. He feels comfortable with you because he feels seen by you, kind of like with the other guy. You make them feel like emotionally stabilized. Your nervous system comes off very calm, so they feel calm around you. It says blessings are coming for us. He feels like even though you guys are on different paths right now, you still seem to be connected, and it seems like you're both doing well for yourself. It was just a lesson, not a life sentence. So this person came in your life as a lesson. He also came in your life as a lesson. But I feel like you haven't closed the loop. That's why I feel so weird to just like say, well, I guess it's over. It says, I'm sorry for what I've done and I don't want to lose you. This person acted out of ego and pride a lot in this connection and knows that it's what caused an ending between you guys. Butterflies crushing on you. He still like finds you physically attractive. He still has some type of crush on you. But he keeps it to himself. Our love will improve. It feels like the both of you hope that in the future something happens that brings you guys together. Breaking news, you are going to be hearing something about this person. I don't know if he's going to have a baby or somebody's child is going to have a baby, but there's like a pregnancy here. It says every kiss feels like magic and you're limitless. This person misses the times when you guys were sneaky or used to hook up or things along those lines. It feels like you've been feeling very limited in your life, and the cards are saying that you need to get rid of those mental limits, those mental blocks, and kind of just see that you could achieve whatever you want. Think about the goals that you've achieved that you thought were impossible in the past. It says seeing you there alone, he feels like he left you out in the cold, so he could have been the one to ghost you first. I don't know where I'm headed in life. He just knows he's headed. He doesn't 100% know where he's headed in life, but he's going still, moving forward. What does Terry think I want to tell Deanna? Yeah, you trigger me. You trigger him to grow and you force him to see parts of himself that were like unworthy. Yeah, I feel unworthy of love. That's why you guys' connection came off karmic. He felt very unworthy in this connection. The thought of you being with anyone else makes me sick. Just like the first guy, like this guy has a lot of resentment towards the person that you're with because it makes him sick that you're with that person, not him. I love your smile. He loves your bubbly energy, your smile, somebody who brings happiness into the room. I'm all about myself. It feels like he's pulling his energy back completely and focused on himself. And I'm quiet on purpose. He's basically saying I'm not reaching out and I'm not making myself known on purpose. And we make each other better. It feels like right now you're both being in the situation as well. I liked when he was here. I liked when she was here. But I'm not going to come towards this connection anymore. Okay. The next person is Alex. My list is closed right now for anybody that's still sending. I'll be back at 7 p.m. tonight. For Alex and David, not together. No problem. As long as you fill out the list, you'll still get your reading. Make sure your number was on it as well. Okay. For Alex and David, not together. So I cut things off with David. How did that leave him feeling? How did it leave him feeling that Alex cut things off with David? Heartbroken. Three of Swords. Very heartbroken. He did not expect you to cut things off with him. He didn't think you had the guts to do that. It felt like it bruised his ego. He's really mad at you right now. His emotional immaturity came up really quickly too. And he's pretending that this is perfect for him and he can finally move on because you told that this is a smart move, especially since you feel like this person was keeping you stuck in cycles, making you feel burdened and wasn't maturing, or person was keeping you stuck in cycles, making you feel burdened and wasn't maturing, or you may see that he's gonna say or do some triggering things to get your attention, especially when it comes to moving on or going towards somebody else. But he is wanting to reach out to you again or wanting to come towards you again, to try and get your attention, to get you emotionally affected by him. I just see him talking about this to his friends, people that he's close to. What do you see happening next since I cut things off with him? What is going to happen next since Alex cut things off with David, please? What is going to happen between them next? What do you see happening next? It feels like right now you feel left out in the cold, but you feel like this situation was needed because he was not growing up. Like I feel somebody feeling really frustrated about another person not growing up or showing up the way that they want to. You stayed patient. 2 years is significant. Maybe you stayed patient for 2 years for this person, but he just kept doing a lot of illusions and hurt you. I do see him still wanting to come towards you romantically, but you're wanting to move forward. You're opening up your dating field as well. This could be like dating apps, just going out to meet some people. Feeling the loss of him because he still pulls on your energy and feeling a little bit heartbroken, but feeling like you deserve better. The lovers are showing up here. He's still going to try and get your attention. Juan is significant. I don't know if there's a Juan in your life or something along those lines, but it feels like there's a friend, family member, colleague, Juan that also is into you. Yeah, there's a new Emperor energy that's stepping into your field, but it feels like you don't want this person because you're not fully let go of this David situation. So it just feels like your love life is stagnant now until May or March. Yeah, it depends on how fast you heal. But this David person is still going to try and come into your energy and wants to get back together in a relationship with you. But you just feel like you can't due to him not growing up quickly. And you feel like you're wasting your time. For Tiana and Tamia. Cousins. I don't know what her number is because it's different. Okay, I found her. For Tanya and Tiana, cousins. Should me and Tiana start a drop shipping business together? Should Tanya and Tiana start a drop shipping business together, please? For Tanya and Tiana, should they start a drop shipping business together, cousins? It feels like you guys' ideas are going to lead you to something else. So yes, you guys are going to start off first thinking about a drop shipping business, but you're going to find another opportunity, and it does feel like you guys are going to find it together. I keep seeing you watching a video of someone. I don't know if there's like a recording or a creator that you watch for sure online. This could be social media or a course that you got, but there's a guy here who you're following what he does. So it feels like it's drop shipping, but it's different. Should Tanya and her cousin Tiana start a drop shipping business together? Yeah, it feels like you guys are going to do it. Your ideas lead you to something stronger, better, and something that will bring you more money. You both working together helps with generating ideas, having more energy into whatever you're building. There's a masculine energy here that seems to be online, that I keep seeing. That seems to help you guys later on. Yeah, King of Cups is showing up here. This could be a water sign. It's like a creator. I don't know if it's a YouTuber, a TikToker, but he does something along the lines of business, job shipping, or things along those lines that's going to help you guys figure out what you want to do. You should expect to see results on getting started within the next 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months. All right, the next person is Tiana. Tiana, single. I know I'm very abundant. What should I be doing now to reach my abundance and make money I should be making? I just feel so lost because I'm good at a lot of things. Okay, for Tiana, what should she be doing to reach her abundance and make the money that she should be making? For Tiana, please. What should she be doing to reach her abundance and make the money that she should be making? It feels like you need to, like, the victim mindset and the heartbreak groups needs to go away. You keep thinking about, oh my God, he did this to me. This person did this to me. Yeah, you keep like thinking about how people hurt you, especially masculine energy, and you're still around these people or talking to these people. Therefore, they're suppressing your abundance. You're supposed to be a 9 of Pentacles, meaning somebody who works for herself, does things herself, builds money herself without another person's help or another person's opinion. You allow other people's opinions or their value towards you to steer your direction, so your abundance hasn't fully opened up due to you not realizing who you are or accepting yourself for who you are. That's why it seems quote unquote blocks right now, but it's only because you're seeking what is that called, self-worth, like, look at me, I'm valuable energy from other people, especially masculine energy. This is why you're wanting love so bad, or kind of stay in that pick me energy, but then get hurt, because you're supposed to be a 9 of Pentacles, meaning somebody who's emotionally sovereign. You don't chase, you attract. Somebody who's a manifester, doesn't focus on rejection energy because she knows she creates her own reality, and somebody who is naturally successful because she thinks strategically. So you are talented, but you also have low self-worth that blocks you from actually being abundant. You also don't walk away from situations that you should walk away from, and give people from the past too much chances, which clogs your energy up. Notice whenever you're leveling up, people in the past come towards you. Yeah, because they're wanting your energy again. All right. The next person is Jay. Will my son ever come around to my future person? Is Jay's son ever going to like this future person eventually? It feels like there's going to be respect. For some reason, this future person helps financially. He could be financially stable, makes a lot of money, or things along those lines. He feels like things shifted since this person came, because you guys used to be closer. He used to have more of a softer spot in your heart and isn't the main character anymore. So it's coming from jealousy, but as he's aging, he respects how this person helps him out financially, gives him some type of advice. The judgment is showing a no. He's always going to have some type of, I'm the one that's the king here, the prize here. I'm the one who she's more emotionally attached to. You will never take my spot energy, like low-key competitive. But eventually he is going to respect this person. So it's like a yes, but not like I deeply respect or desire my stepfather or the person who my mother decided to stay committed with anymore. He just does not want you attached to anybody else emotionally. That's not him. How will I be with my future person's kids? How will Jay be with her future person's kids, please? How will Jay be with her future person's kids? It feels like you're obviously somebody that's motherly. At first, you don't trust the situation because his kids seem young, and you're wondering if he's going to still be committed or associated with the kids' mothers, or is this something that you want to fully trust? But it feels like you warm up to them quickly. The lovers are showing up here. They start associating you as a dominant, motherly, feminine energy. He sees these kids maybe during the weekends or 3 days a week. Something about not seeing the kids too often, but it feels like you like them. They're not as consistent. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. Feels like this comes 7 months, 7 weeks, 7 years from now. How will I get along with their mother? How will Jay get along with the kid's mother, please? Her person's kid's mother for Jay. Yeah, 7 of Swords. You feel like there's some sneaky energy here. The mother either cheated or left the guy for somebody else. He's definitely going through some type of heartbreak when it comes to the situation. The Chariot, you guys are completely opposites. You look different. Queen of Swords. You don't like the mother. Something about her energy is dark, destabilizing, and weird to you. So it feels like you just keep her respectful, but you definitely clock her on like an intuitive, spiritual level. She's somebody who you don't really fully trust. And know that she wants it better for some reason. She wants like... So this guy, he definitely makes money and somebody emotionally loyal, but he's not the cool type of guy. He's more of like the, how do you say it, the nerd, the overly emotional type. So that's why the cheating even occurred, or some type of betrayal occurred in their relationship, their marriage, I'm hearing. Jade, you're killing me. All right, Tamia and Self. I feel like my energy has shifted. I am mentally disconnected from the past. Have I quantum jumped into my future? Has Tamia quantum jumped into her future, please? For Tamia, has she quantum jumped into her future? Yes. Especially financially, you're thinking like more money minded. Especially when it comes to your femininity, you're not thinking in survival mode. You're allowing yourself to be soft instead of strong. And it feels like it came after emotionally crashing out. Maybe there was a lot of sleepless nights of you overthinking about stuff, feeling worried, feeling anxious for no reason. The Tower, yes, you definitely ended a new cycle and came to a new beginning. You manifested this yourself because you were so tired of the repetitive cycles, so tired of waiting for something to change, and it finally did. You definitely quantum jumped into a more successful financial version of yourself. You could be thinking about money a lot, looking for a job, wanting to be stable, and you walked away from wanting closure from old people, old situations, old things. You don't want the closure anymore. You just want to close the chapter. So you started getting very disgusted by past things, past people, and wanted to jump into a new timeline that matches your, what is that called? Your new frequency. Yeah, Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Boundaries, for sure. Yeah. You've also been thinking about the romantic relationship here. That helps you out. You've jumped into a timeline that no longer tolerates BS. So yes, the Lovers. Your communication style has changed. Like when somebody pisses you off now, just because you have a soft spot for them doesn't mean you're just going to allow them to walk all over you. So people see you like less generous too. Alright, that is all for this morning's live. I'm going to come back in the afternoon because I haven't been live for like, I think 5 days. For the other people who didn't make it right now, thank you so much for joining and for 30,000 likes. And I'll see you guys later today. Bye.